And a couple more questions for you guys. Who writes the material? Collective?
Should I take it again?
Yeah. You're going to have to be the mouthpiece, I think, with the
yeah, I mean, it's hard for them without the microphone. But, well, like I said, originally it was just me and my brother, so we were writing a lot of the stuff. And the second EP is also mostly just the two of us writing the core essence of the song, for lack of a better word. And we had a couple other players on At the Top of Your Lungs, which is our latest EP. But now that we've got our new players, they kind of add a new flavor to it that unfortunately you won't be able to hear on the EP. But now, as we start writing new stuff, which we will record eventually, it is a collective effort, and we all add our own input into the structure of the song and, you know, what everyone is doing, basically. So.
I find it a very original sound, especially for people, you know, younger people like yourself. What would you classify your music as, if I could?
There's really no classification. We say that we fall under the genre indie pop.
Okay.
But there's a lot of jazz. There is a lot.
I get that. Yeah.
There's a lot of jazz in it. You'll hear some hip hop here and there.
So you do rap? That Snackwell guy was right.
I'd like to. No, but actually, the hip hop that you hear is more in the drums, in the feel of the drums.
Okay.
There's a lot of underlying. I know when we first did our first recording, that was kind of my big thing. Is every time they went to lay down the drums, I was like, just give it a hip hop feel behind it.
Okay.
And we're doing a heavy metal song Saturday.
Nice.
We are.
You got a heavy metal song.
You told
It's a cover. It's a cover song. Sorry.
Very cool.
But, yeah.
Hey, so with that, you said like indie pop. What are some of your inspirations? We could take it all the way around with that. You know, some of your inspirations.
I'm not going to talk now. You talk.
I guess. I mean, my biggest inspiration. I grew up listening to the Beatles and Queen. That's kind of where I learned to harmonize. I just always was a fan of their harmonies, and I loved how Freddie Mercury was able to incorporate the classical aspect of music into, you know, rock music. So.
Absolutely. Hey, man, Freddie Mercury's excellent, yeah. And plus the theatrics of it, you know, even in the music, not just this stage show. How about yourself, Kirsten?
Oh, okay. I'm nice. Well, the interesting thing is I grew up in theater, so up into college I was doing musical theater, so I don't know if you can tell that there's that in me or not.
Absolutely, I can, yeah.
But I also, kind of obvious or not, grew up listening to Gwen Stefani and No Doubt. That was, you know, when I was singing in my room into the mirror, I was singing, you know, No Doubt songs.
I get a little Nora Jones feel off of you a little bit.
I don't love Nora Jones, but sure. Well, I like to listen to someone like Regina Spektor.
Okay.
You know, and I think she's a musical genius. And I just, if there are little bits here and there that I can pull from her, you know, that would be cool. But I think, you know, she's in a class of her own. Kind of.
Oh, absolutely.
But I also, my previous band was a heavy rock band, so we were listening to bands like Coheed and Cambria and Glassjaw, Thrice. You might not be able to hear it here, but I'm very into heavier music too. So
excellent. We'll get the rest of the band's inspirations coming up, but right now we have another phone call for Verity in stereo. Hey, you're live on the Jam Session on TomsRiver.tv. It's Jimmy. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, who's this?
This is Adam Reinhardt.
Adam, how are you?
I'm doing super duper. How about you?
Doing great, man. Verity in stereo's here, and I guess you're calling because you have a question for them.
I did. I just wanted to know what time and where again are they playing on Saturday?
Oh yeah, we were going to get to all that. Definitely, you can put it out there right now.
You want to say it?
We're playing at the Stone Pony this Saturday night. We're going to be opening for the performance Hedwig and the Angry Inch with Anthony D'Amato. So no one should miss that.
What time showtime?
7?
Doors are at 7. We're going on about 7:50. And yes, we are. We are.
Exactly.
And Anthony is in drag doing Hedwig, and it's something you definitely don't want to miss. So
fantastic.
Get there early and leave late.
And the legendary Stone Pony. Hey, brother, thank you for the phone call to TomsRiver.tv.
Put me through.
Oh, no problem, man. We got the
All
phone
right.
lines are busy, but there's always room for you.
Thanks.
Thank you. So we'll talk more about that show and upcoming shows and stuff like that, and the website and MySpace and Facebook, everything. We'll get to that. But let's move on with the rest of the band, because when we left off with the phone call, we were talking about inspirations. Now, you, young man, you came up with the name Verity in Stereo, right? Or
I did not.
Oh no, you were the one that said that the old name kind of stunk.
Yeah, I didn't like the old name. To me, it sounded like a cover band name.
All right,
A good cover band name.
so what's some of your inspirations? Because you're actually traditionally a bass player.
Yes.
But obviously tonight you're taking one for the team.
Yeah. When I was growing up, I listened to like U2, Police,
Right.
Queen, and then transferred to ska.
Okay.
Like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Less Than Jake. Then in college, I got into jazz, and now I'm into like techno pop, like MGMT, Phoenix. I just like music. Anything that's like interesting or different. I can take stuff from it and
Sure.
try to use it in my own music.
I usually find bass players are like that. Everyone
we have to be
interviewed.
versatile. There's
Yeah.
so few of us that we have to, be able to go into any band and contribute something.
As far as bass players go, who would you say is top of your list?
Probably the jazz guys like Paul Chambers, Sam Jones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. We'll pass that mic, if you will, over to the keyboard player. Not just the keyboard player, but also brother, right, Kirsten?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your name again, bro? I'm sorry. Mike. Okay, so Mike, lay it on me. Inspirations.
Like keyboardists are kind of, or piano players are a rare breed too. So,
Sure.
I'm also, a fan of all piano players like Ray Charles
Yeah.
and Billy Joel.
There you go. Ray Charles. That's great. Yeah.
Sublime, Rage Against the Machine is also, I go out there too. Cake.
Okay.
And then I grew up on a lot of oldies. My dad's really into oldies and reggae, so Bob Marley and the Temptations and all that good stuff.
Very cool.
Sorry.
Excellent. And last but not least, the drummer.
Yes, sir.
Inspiration for our friend the drummer
I
here.
got a whole list.
Okay.
But we'll keep it short. I started playing drums with like bands like Journey and Foreigner,
Okay.
and I progressed on to bands like Metallica and Slayer.
Sure.
And I was very aggressive. I like the drums. I like to play fast and heavy. But then I went backwards from there, and I started really digging Motown and Tori Amos is fantastic. Sade.
Yeah.
I went from going crazy to bringing it down and toning it.
Well, that's excellent. You guys, just as I thought, a wide array of musical influences. And that's what I kind of got out of the first couple songs. And we're going to hear another song. Pass that mic back over. And while they're doing that, let me remind everyone the phone number 732 506-9311, 732-506-9311 if you want to talk to Verity in Stereo. They're with us for another 45 minutes or so. And coming up a little bit later, just before the end of the show, I'm going to give you a trivia question, a rock trivia question, and that is going to be able to get you, if you get the correct answer, and I pick it next week from all the correct answers, it will get you $100 in tickets to Funtown Pier in Seaside Park. So something good for the kids, and especially if you like the crazy rides. There you go. We got a phoner? All right, we got a phoner. Here we go. You're on the jam session. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's your name, man?
Walter Herbert.
Walter Herbert. How are you, man?
Good, man, good. I just wanted to say something to you, Jimmy, real quick.
Okay.
I've been a fan of yours for a long time, man. I think they're at the great station, and I always listen to your show.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got a good little thing going over there, and now I'm trying to get a good little thing going on the internet because they won't have me on TV, so.
It's good enough, right?
Except America's Most Wanted. Well, I appreciate that. Do you have a question for Verity in Stereo?
I do. I wanted to ask Corinne if there's a song where she plays the clarinet, the flute, and sings.
One song?
Do you multitask on a song where...
I don't know. That's asking a lot. But maybe we'll do that one day.
What is your instrument of choice? Like, you're obviously proficient at both, but are you consider yourself a clarinetist, or wait, let me say it, a flautist?
No.
Spoons. I think she likes playing the spoons.
I do like playing the spoons, actually. I taught myself how to play clarinet. It was my first instrument. I don't really enjoy playing the flute. Sorry, all you flute players